Hello viewers, today I bring you an iPhone 6s Plus battery replacement video. The contents are as following so that you can skip to your desired section. I start with an unboxing, a disassembly of the phone, placing the new battery by NOHON, powering up and seeing the iOS health diagnostics, my overall comments on the experience, and then some battery tests. So today I've got here a supposed high capacity battery by NOHON, and this battery is they have two lines of batteries. One is the regular capacity, and one is a supposed higher capacity battery, which claims to be 3480 milliampere hour. This is for the iPhone 6s Plus, which I have here. Then I'm going to be replacing the battery on this one, and let's take a look at the box. First, they claim that they have a 6 months warranty on this. They say it's the so-called flagship battery. I don't know what it means. Maybe it has to do with the higher capacity battery. I hope so. I hope it really has a higher capacity. And then we have a sort of all sort of Chinese characters that I cannot begin to understand. And then we have a reference here, 6s Plus Max. Okay, the packaging has some shiny overlay, not much more to be seen here, but overall nice impression on the packaging. So let's start by opening this. It comes wrapped in shrink wrap, and it will open like that. Let's see and analyze the contents of the package. So overall, the first impression is really good. The packaging seems to be well thought out, and looks like a high quality product so far. So open, and as you can see, we have here the battery itself. We have a set of tools, including a spudger with two kinds of ends. This seems to be like heavy. It seems to be a quality plastic. Maybe I'll be wrong, but we have a pair of tweezers. We have, it seems to be a Phillips screwdriver. And here we have a pentalobe screwdriver. It's very hard to see, but trust me, it is a pentalobe. So you get, oh, it's written here actually. So you have a Phillips and pentalobe. It comes in the box. You have another a suction cup to release the screen, and you have here sort of another type of prying tool if you need to do so. You have some stickers, instruction manuals that I cannot begin to understand, maybe publicity materials. And over here we have a paper that says that this manufacturing process, or the company's manufacturing process, has been certified ISO 9001, ISO 14001 certificated. So it seems like, so far, very good impression on this packaging. All the tools are branded, so really good impression so far. Oh, quite a nice surprise in the box. We have a new adhesive for your mobile phone. I didn't see this. And now let's begin with disassembly of this mobile phone and begin the battery replacement process. I'm going to be using the tools provided by NOHON in this package. Over here we have two pentalobe screws, on the lightning connector, so I'll start by undoing those. Now let's apply suction cup. So I'm trying to put the spudger underneath the display because it is stuck with an adhesive. As you can see, there's an adhesive there, so it may take some time to break up. The first time you open the phone. So far this spudger is holding quite well. Some other spudgers will break, this part will start to wear down quicker. So far the tools are okay. So very carefully pry out from the bottom. And don't open it fully because there are some ribbon cables on the top part of the display. Okay, those ribbon cables will have to be removed before we can lift out the display assembly. So now let's get our supplied Phillips screwdriver and remove these bolts here. We are going to have, let's put them more or less in the same location so that all the bolts go in the same places. They may have different lengths, and you may, if you misplace the screws, you may make a damage in the motherboard of the mobile phone. So I'm going to put them in an array, more or less like, okay, this is bottom right, bottom left, top left, almost like top right, then almost top right. Screws are of different lengths and you don't want to put one screw in the wrong hole. I only have the one in the center. Now let's use the provided spudger to remove this lid. Then we're gonna have some ribbons to remove. Let's use our spudger again. There is one. And the second one. And the third one. Then we have another final one. I believe that's it. The adhesive that holds the screen. I don't want to break it apart, so I'll just open it like this, take out my suction cup, open it and set to the side, because we are only interested in replacing the battery. Now, regarding the battery, I'm going to try to pry out these strips. Try not to touch the adhesive on the outside so that it can still retain some sort of stickiness to hold the screen more or less like it was. Of course it will never be the same, but we need to grab these strips and pull them out slowly. Yep, this is what you don't want to happen. Seems like we're gonna have a longer repair than expected. Okay, that's the second one. Let's see. Okay, so we have two chewing gums. Now this third one is gonna be a pain. This third one is going to be a pain. I wasn't expecting this. Okay, let's remove the battery connector. Again, more or less same organization. One is the right one, and then this one, the left. The battery is disconnected from the mobile phone. I was hoping I could pry out just to be able to reach the strip underneath, but this is an accident waiting to happen. Okay, I think I can reach for that. You can see the white strip underneath, what broke off. Let's see if I can pull it. The trick is not to scrape any of the components with the strip, otherwise it breaks easily. So, another chewing gum, final one, and battery comes off. Oof, we are lucky the battery didn't explode. Okay, so let's put in our new NOHON high capacity battery. On first analysis, they seem there is a difference between the two. I think so, because the thickness of the NOHON battery seems to be a little thicker than the other one, as you can see, but it can be just an impression. the original battery is rated at much 2750 milliampere hour, and this one is 3480, so quite a big promise from NOHON. But really there is a difference in the thickness, so if that is any indication. So since in the box they include an adhesive, a new adhesive for the mobile phone, I'm going to remove my existing adhesive from the frame. So all around the frame you will see the remains of the old adhesive. I'm gonna try to pry it out as cleanly as possible. It's incredible how these things can be so elastic. There you go. Now, it seems to be clean, no more adhesive. Now let's make an inspection of the display to see if there are any remains of adhesive in the display assembly. Seems like I have one here, but all around it seems to be clear. No more adhesive here. So it's time to place our new battery in the iPhone case. Well, I don't have scales precise enough to weigh these two, but just by feeling them both, I feel like this one is a little heavier. Of course, take that with a grain of salt, or it's just an impression, doesn't mean anything. Oh, it's actually an adhesive. This one is a double-sided adhesive, and instead of pulling out tabs, you will have a tab to pull if you ever need to repair this. Let's try not to damage the adhesive. Okay, put it like that in the case. Let's try and align that plug there so it will be able to fit without applying force. There we go. New battery over there. Now let's try to, before we actually apply some force here, let's try to reassemble everything. So I have to apply this adhesive over here. So let's see. This is always a nervous moment because we only have one and it has to go right the first time. So let's see. There are longer tabs. This one is shorter, that one is longer for the corners. The longer corners go on the Taptic engine side, means on the bottom of the mobile phone. Trying to force the tab there. All around our screen, make sure that the adhesive is well set in the frame. Slowly peel out the new adhesive. There you go. Now let's make sure we don't forget anything here. That's the most important thing, because once the adhesive is set, it cannot be undone. So this one will go over there. Now the battery will go in its slot. Now we have two covers. We're going to insert this one over here and our screws in the correct locations. Screw here is longer than the other one. This one I'm putting now is longer than the one I put before. Okay, there you go. Now we have to put the display assembly. It's 3 ribbons. One, two, three. There we go. This one is a little This one can fool because the protection, this kind of rubber grommet around, will think that it's further to the left, but it's actually a little bit more to the right. You have to look and see actually aligning the plugs. So now we put our cover. And again, the bolts need to be placed in the correct locations. So there you go. So all the screws are in there apart from the two from the lightning connector. Let's see if the phone will power up before we close down the phone. As you can see, the phone is powering up and touch screen works. The home button also works. Let's see the battery. We have 100% battery, so it is compatible. This is compatible with iOS. It will report a health status. Now let's close down this and let's see the front camera. Front camera works. I assume everything is connected. Now let's turn off the mobile. Now let's put back, let's close up the assembly, making sure that the tab, the blue battery tab, will be curled inside the screen. I'm going to fit in the top first, and then proceed to close down the rest of the display. See, that blue tab needs to be pressed inside. Maybe it was supposed to go the other side, I don't know, it was my mistake in the repair. Just make sure that it doesn't interfere with the clamps over there. See, clamps, make sure that this blue tab does not press against the clamps. There you go. This one is a little tricky, it has some tabs here, you might need to pull or push them a little bit, and there are two plastic tabs here, you need to pull them down. Give the phone a squeeze so that the adhesive sticks, and then let's put in our final two screws in the phone using our pentalobe provided pentalobe screwdriver. There you go. So phone now has a new battery. Now we are ready to charge it and make some tests. I'm going to calibrate this battery. I'm going to drain it completely. First fill it up, then drain it completely, and then fill it up back again, and have an estimate of battery life and screen on time. So, what is my analysis of this battery, just in terms of overall replacement experience? I like it honestly, I like it a lot. I think that the packaging is good, that's the first impression. that you get, so you know that you're not dealing with something cheap. At least it doesn't look like it, like so many things, unfortunately, that come out of China. This battery is, it seems to be good quality. That's the first impression. I like it. I like it a lot. Afterwards, another thing I really value is the quality of the tools. All of us, if you are a DIYer, a person who likes to do stuff on your own, you get stuff from China. You order stuff from China, from whatever, UK, some importers, and you get some tools with whatever you buy. And the quality of the tools, that's the first thing that impressed me, is all throughout this replacement, I didn't get any mowed down ends like you get with some single-use screwdriver, so to speak, that you get from eBay. This is, of course, another single-use screwdriver, but it's not so bad. I've had really bad experiences with screwdrivers that just with 2 screws they would damage the end and you cannot use it anymore. So that's the first thing I like about this. The tools are stamped. It's okay, just a simple detail, but they have a nice texture. They seem to be made out of good plastic. So that's the first impression I get. As a comparison, I have one here, Pentalow, that came in another, I don't know, battery or something I ordered from eBay, and they're very similar. They're very similar. This one is the same thickness of the screwdriver end. This one is a little bigger, however, the Pentalow end. So I don't know. It just seems like sturdy tools. They will withstand one repair, not let you down. Okay, that's the first note I have. Second, the spudgers that they include with this is they're good enough. They will see, you can see somewhere already from the what I did in the repair, but it seems to be sturdy plastic as much as single-use plastic goes. I like this one. I like the inclusion of this also because, like you saw, it has many uses. I can use it to get the screws. I can to put them in the right locations. I can use them to scrape around the adhesive to hold it in place. So nice addition to the tool set. Usually you don't get this in eBay ordered batteries. Again, branded from NOHON. So, well, it's a small detail, but I like it. I like the difference, the distinction in quality. This one here, I didn't use it, but it's just like any other. Looks like a guitar pick for prying out stuff. Again, branded, everything same color, everything matching. It seems like they get attention to detail. Again, you may not value these things, but for me, good tools when I order something from eBay that don't let me down, at least during this repair. I like this. Is, of course, just like any other suction cup. Now, regarding the packaging and the adhesives, many batteries from eBay will not include the adhesive, and they rely on, okay, you replace and you reuse somehow the old adhesive, but the screen can become loose and not stick to the phone as it used to. So it's really nice to find the adhesive for the frame packaged with the battery, so that you have you can replace everything and have a phone that looks like a new phone. So this comes like that, like you saw in the repair. The battery itself comes wrapped in a plastic that protects it against scrapes, against any damage. Another detail that I appreciate, not always you find this in batteries from eBay. The stickers that I applied to the rear of the battery to stick it into the enclosure of the phone. They are different than Apple's approach with the stretchy strips that the bubblegum, I was calling it bubblegum, the strips. It will leave a tab that you can later pull out. I actually enjoy this because, like you saw, one of the strips broke and it was really, I don't know, I felt afraid that I would damage this battery. And as you can see, it's all bent now. So I'm gonna throw this as soon as I can. Not because I'm afraid it can cause a fire or something. It can cause a fire if it bent too much. So I like this approach of the actual solid tab better, because if I ever have to remove this NOHON battery from the phone, I can just unplug it with a solid plastic instead of having to pull these strips, which, okay, they're ingenious, they are a good invention, but I believe this one can be better. This is better for the assembly line. This is better for if you ever need to replace the battery again. So overall, very positive experience. I'm happy with this replacement. I like the battery, I like the packaging, I like the tools. So for me, that's a 5-star and in all aspects. However, we are still to see the the final result in terms of battery life. Tests are coming next. So in order to compare the old battery with the new one, I have conducted a simple test. I have played a video, one of those 10-hour videos on YouTube at 1080p until both batteries died in the same mobile phone. These are the conclusions. I have 4 hours 31 minutes on an original 92% health battery. I suspect these ratings by Apple, this 92% cannot be true, because the battery would be heating up all throughout the day. It was not going to the point of shutdown like at 20%, which is when the battery is really critical. But I can say that the standby time on the new battery is simply amazing. The battery is cold to the touch most of the time. The phone now is cold to the touch, which means lower internal resistance of the battery. Of course, some people may argue that the comparison is not fair, because the Apple battery was already at 92% health with approximately two years of use. For the original battery, we have 4 hours 31 minutes until the battery died, and for the high capacity battery, we have 5 hours 51 minutes until the battery died. This was with maximum brightness on both cases and no sound being played on the speaker of the mobile phone. The link of the YouTube video that I used is available in this video. I'll put it in the description as well. It is one of those 4K 10-hour video tests, but I selected 1080p for both cases. Overall, I'm very happy with the performance of my mobile phone. It now can be used reliably throughout the day, and I don't have to be afraid and having to carry a mobile phone charger with me, especially mobile phone iPhone cables are not available everywhere, like micro USB ones. So this can be really can give new life to your mobile phone, because you will be able to trust it completely to reach the end of the day, even with mild use. And always data connections on in 4G mode. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop me a like and maybe subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until next time.